let's talk options. Let's talk about what can happen in January. Now, I'm assuming that Ronaldo lanced this boil, got this out of his chest. He's going to go and he's probably already 100% in Portugal World Cup mode.
Definitely, yeah.
And he's managed to compartmentalize it, and he'll deal with what happens in January. And I'm assuming in the meantime, George and United are working the phones to try to find a landing 100%. Spot for him. I don't know that much has changed vis-a-vis the summer, in the sense that unless he takes a massive pay cut, there is nobody who will take him even as an additional striker. No Champions League caliber team.
Surely that's going to happen, right? Surely this time he's going to say, listen, it's not about the money here. What offers do I have? I can play for minimum wages or like very low money. United, I think, will let him go on a free.
You're wearing a Real Madrid shirt. If he gets on the phone with Carletto and says, Carletto, look, after the World Cup, Kareem's going to be tired. You've already had to deal with Mariano Diaz at center forward and Rodrigo and whatever. I promise I'll behave. You know I behave for you.
Nah.
Would you? If you were
Carletto, he needs to go somewhere where he's going to play, Gab.
You can't go somewhere. You don't think he would play at Real Madrid? Wait, did Kareem Benzema play every game at Real Madrid? I don't think so.
No, but okay. I think he needs to go somewhere where he's going to be the star and the starting striker. He might not play every single minute of every single game, but he can't come in a club to be the backup of someone, or maybe even the backup of the backup.
Oh, should we invent Cristiano Ronaldo for Tammy Abraham swap?
Oh my word!
Can you imagine? No, but this is the thing, right?
Do you know what I mean? Why would he go somewhere where he's the backup? He hasn't worked at United. It's not going to work out somewhere else if he just goes to Napoli and he's the backup of Osimhen and of Raspadori. That's not going to work.
No, it's not. I'm going to go back to Real Madrid on this point, though, because this is one situation where there's somebody who can handle him. And I'm also going to go back to the fact that post-World Cup, Kareem Benzema can't play every single game. And I'm going to go back to the fact that Real Madrid won a Champions League with Fede Valverde playing out on the other wing. Is there a scenario where you say to Cristiano, you say, look, you'll play some games. The reality is Valverde is great. Valverde will start every game. He might have to start some of these games in midfield because Luka Modric is nearing 40 and he's going to be coming back from a World Cup. Toni Kroos isn't getting any younger either. So I'm going to have to use Valverde in midfield in some of these games. Rodrigo's great, but he's a kid. We don't have depth. We have Asensio who's on his way out, whatever. If the number is right, if you were Florentino and Carletto comes to you and says, hey, Florent, let's roll the dice on this one. I can control him. It's 6 months, and then we see. Would you do it?
I don't know. I think they had the chance to do it in the summer, and they didn't do it for a reason. So I think the reason will still be there in January for 6 months instead of 12 months in June or July or August.
I think in the summer, the reason they didn't do it was because it was going to cost them a ton of money, and he probably wanted a multi-year deal. But now, if we're talking 6 months, and then let's see what happens.
Just don't think
I do not. Okay,
I
put it
think
this
they'd
way.
be very wary.
If we're talking top tier, do we agree that is the only destination unless Todd Bowley says, oh, look, Tuchel's not here anymore.
Right? Hey, Graham, what about Cristiano again? Maybe, I don't know, maybe Sporting, maybe...
No, but if we're talking like the highest echelon.
Oh, highest,
right? No disrespect
highest.
to Sporting, right?
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Would you... I mean, now that Bowley brought MLS, in all these advisors...
But what does he want, Gab? What does he want? Does he want to still enjoy the last few months? I'm not sure it would be enjoyable to go to Real Madrid and play, being nice, 50% of the game between January and May. I don't know how enjoyable that is going to be. I don't know. I don't know if it's enjoyable for him to go and play.
Sorry, if Valverde plays in midfield, and I think he will have to play a lot in midfield, you don't think he's ahead of every other striker that every other forward Real Madrid has, except
to play as a right winger,
except for Vinicius and Benzema?
No. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how he would play on the right wing. I don't know if you change your system and where you go.
You can easily tweak your system. That's not so much of an issue.
I just don't know.
Benzema drops a little deeper, whatever. There are ways to do it. That's not.
How long does he have left in his career? 18 months?
Who knows?
So surely he would want to enjoy those last moments, right?
Mm-hmm. And you don't think it'd be fun playing for Real Madrid, even if you don't play every minute of every game? No? Okay. I don't know. Because for him, fun is scoring loads of goals and winning trophies where he takes a big part in it. I think equally, though, fun for him is the big stage, right?
Yeah, true. You know what? So you don't think going to MLS, for example, is a good idea in January?
No,
For
I don't
example,
think
that's not an option for him whatsoever.
I don't think that would be a good option for him. I think he would see that. Look, maybe it's different. Maybe if he wins the World Cup, he says, "All right, I've done it. Boom, I'm done. Let's go to MLS." Right? And I'm not saying this to be disrespectful of MLS,
No.
most
Of course,
players,
it's
when
not.
they're at or near the top of the season, right? I don't know that MLS has ever in their history signed a guy who was the third leading Premier League goal scorer 2 years earlier, right? It's just not, right? So unless it's something like that, I just genuinely don't see him. I see him still craving the big stage.
Yeah, maybe.
Craving backing himself to change the manager's mind, even maybe incorrectly.
So
right?
in that,
And then I would see Sporting as some kind of backup option, because
So-
he knows that if he goes to Sporting, he's playing in his backyard and it's an emotional decision. But you have to be at peace with yourself if you make that step down. And again, no disrespect to Sporting fans.
In that case, I am with you, and I think there's only two options then. Real Madrid is one, on a 6-month deal, and then you see again in the summer, and then Sporting. There is no one else unless Mourinho and Roma say like, okay, yeah, we take him.
Yeah, but then you don't have Champions League football, and you have a zoo, and you know.
So yeah, that's it. I don't see anything else, anybody else.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.